How we doing, YouTube, vinyl community? How the devil are you? Yeah, it's Carry Go Brinkum by the Charms. Let me just whip it off the turntable. Oh, he's touching the grooves. Oh dear. That Grand Old Island label. I do hope you can see this. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to show all these records and they're going to be out of focus or out of shot, whatever. I'm going to have to do it all bloody again. There you go, Carry Go Brinkum, covered by a good few two-tone bands, Selector perhaps being the main one. So yeah, this is records, finds and buys from Leeds record fair, 9th of the 3rd, 24, up in Old Leeds, yeah, Yorkshire. I did start to take sort of footage, and it kind of got to the point where people were sort of pushing in at tables, and I was finding it difficult to take footage, and people were getting on my wick. You're there sort of flicking through a bin, and you're over halfway, and all of a sudden you kind of look down and there's somebody's hand there trying to flick through the stuff you've previously looked through already. And excuse me. Oh, sorry, Duck. Anyway, it was a grand day out. Thoroughly enjoyed myself. We also, me, Mike and Ian took a walk up to Jumbo Records, and I made a purchase there. So yeah, I'd definitely go again. Definitely, even if it's not sort of VC meetup related. Easy to get to. Well, we went to the park and ride just outside Leeds. £2.50 for a return trip on the bus. You can't fucking grumble at that. You can't. Great day, like I say. Great company. I know there's beef going on between people, but we'll leave it at that. So yeah, I do apologise for the complete lack of footage. Some VCLT to show you first from Mike and Martin. Martin gave me one of these. In fact, I think he was giving a few people these CDs. This is the Vinyl Community live at Leeds, 9th of the 3rd, 24. So I hope you can see that all okay. And it's one of these with his vinyl finds and buys and samples off various records and that. And I've got a couple of his sample sort of CDs here. Great stuff. I've not played this one yet. I'm going out. I've got to go out in a bit, and I shall put this on in the car and have a good listen to it there without any sort of distractions. So yeah, bless you, Martin. Thank you very much, and very nice to meet you, sir. Very nice. Next up, Mike Vinyl Spiral gave me a couple of albums and some singles. Ken Booth, Crying Over You, on the Trojan label. It's a tune I do know quite well. I haven't played this one yet, but like I say, I do know it. So that is very, very much appreciated, Mike. Bless you. Thank you very much. He also gave me, now I'm a big, big fan of old style British comedy. I love it to bits. So much better than a lot of the crap that's dished up today. Steptoe and Son. And I haven't got my glasses on, so I can't read what it says on the back on the label. The Facts of Life. Yeah, absolutely adore Steptoe and Son. I've got every single episode, black and white colour, on DVD, and the films as well. That's on the pie label, the red pie label. Absolutely love Steptoe and Son. You dirty old man. Harold, Harold. Don't leave me, Harold. Brilliant. Again, thank you very much, Mike. This next one's a kind of a bit of an in-joke in sort of VC members. He also got me a copy of this. And don't have a go at me for having another one. Blame Mike. Cars, Gary Newman. Christ knows how many copies of this I've got now. I must be out getting on for 20 or so. So yeah, he also got me a couple of albums, VCLT, but I'll show them in a minute after the singles. I also purchased a few singles myself. Cars. Yes. Yes, I found another copy. And I can't bear to leave them there. They've got to come back with me and get given a good home, a good loving home. It's not so much Battersea Dog's home, but Northants Cars Gary Newman Refuge. Of course, it's on the old Beggars Banquet label. And on the B side is a song called Asylum, which is rather good as well. Cars Gary Newman picture disc version, the updated version, the Carling Black Label Premiere Mix, part of an advertising campaign on TV for Carling Black Label, and it's a damn good mix as well, a damn good version. So yeah, that's two of these I've got, two of the pictures, and I did have three, but I sent one to Mike down in Portsmouth, PC31, the Vinyl Policeman. Now these were the first purchase of the day for me. Seller had a box with reggae, ska, two-tone. So I started to thumb through and I noticed a little sign, 50% off. So these were originally marked up as a £5, but he sold them for £2.50 each, and I sort of grabbed them bloody quick before anybody else did. They're not mint, they're more VG, but they'll certainly do in a crisis, and I ain't complaining for £2.50. There should be 6 of these altogether in the series, I believe. I'm missing one of them now, and it's a blue cover, and it's the Trojan Explosion series on the Maxi Trojan label. And this one you've got Bob and Marcia on here, Young, Gifted and Black, Greyhound, black and white, Rivers of Babylon by the Melodians, and Ram Goat Liver by Pluto Shervington, which admittedly I may have heard it in the past, but I can't quite recall it. So yeah, £2.50. Again, £2.50. Again, VG. The sleeves on these are in great condition. Great condition. Everything I own on here by Ken Booth. The song we used to sing, Desmond Decker, I think he features about 3 or 4 times on these. Montego Bay, Freddie Notes and the Rudies. Again, Desmond Decker. You can get it if you really want. Again, £2.50. I ain't bitching at that, I'll tell you. You see anything like that in good nick, grab it quick. Because if these were mint, you're looking at £10 to £15 easily, each one. Help Me Make It Through the Night, John Holt. This Monday Morning Feeling by Tito Simon. Horace Faith, Black Pearl, Pied Piper, Bob and Marcia. What a cracking tune that is. Again, Maxi Trojan. Again, I do hope you're bloody seeing these all fine. Yeah. The Israelites, Desmond Decker, Long Shot, Kick the Bucket, The Pioneers, which is a song all about a South African racehorse. David Ansel Collins, Monkey Spanner, Love of the Common People, Nicky Thomas. Of course, it was covered in the 80s by Paul Young. Again, excellent condition. VG to VG plus. Like I say, they're not mint, but if they were mint, I'd be paying a hell of a lot more for them, and they're certainly during a crisis. This is the last one. I think I might already have this, but if I have, I'll give it to my daughter, or I'll VCLT it to somebody. The Liquidator, Harry Jane, the All Stars, which of course they play at Chelsea Football Club. That's their adopted tune. The Return of the Django, The Upsetters. Boris Gardner, Elizabethan Serenade. Isn't that something called Elizabethan Reggae? I could be wrong. I could be right. Let's not go there. Itmek, Desmond Decker, one of my favourite tunes by him. And I was lucky enough to see Desmond Decker live. Isle of Wight Scooter Rally 1985. Made my weekend, that did. Michael Sove gave me a couple of LPs. Skinhead Reggae, 1969. Again, I hope you're seeing this okay. Now, admittedly, I did tell him I've already got this, but I shall keep this copy and I shall play this, and the other one I'll either give to my daughter or I'll send it off to somebody VCLT. I do have somebody in mind, but I'm not sure whether they've got this already. And I don't want to spoil the surprise. But yeah. Now, if you're sort of getting into this type of genre, this type of music and that, compilations like this are the way to go. They're easily found. I know of a seller on eBay. I've had a few off of him in the past. They're all brand new. And of course, if you're buying a brand new record and that, and it don't play right, it jumps, it skips or whatever, at least you've got some comeback. More than what you got via Discogs, haven't you? These are the way to go. These sort of albums, these early sort of skinhead reggae type stuff, and the Trojan Tighten Up series as well, if you can find them in good nick. So yeah, he also gave me this one, which I haven't got. I've been playing this one earlier. Skinhead Hits the Town, 68 to 69, 14 Jamaican classics. And a lot of these ones you don't see on Trojan type records, albums, singles. This is more your kind of lesser known sort of ska, skinhead reggae type labels. But yeah, definitely worth searching out, definitely worth getting. Great way and a cheap way as well of getting into the genre. I'll pull these two out next. This is a total blind buy, and I kind of got it on the recommendation of Mike Vinyl Spiral and Stevie's Vinyl Cupboard. This is only the second Susie and the Banshees album I own. This is Hyena. And I pulled this one out on Thursday's live stream, and just to sort of try and double check with the chaps, see if it is an original one. We assume it is because it's embossed. The sleeve is embossed. I would have thought that reissues would have been just sort of a flat, ordinary sleeve. Like I say, a bit of a blind buy. The only other Susie and the Banshees album I own is Kaleidoscope, which was a VCLT gift from Mike again down in Portsmouth, Mike PC31. There is a song on here I have heard of, and I'm not sure I've heard it in the past being played. It's a song called Dazzle. And there is a reason why I know of it, is because back in the day, and there still is now as a revamped version, there used to be a custom Lambretta called Dazzle, with all Susie Sue pictures airbrushed onto it, gold, silver plating and engraving. It was the bee's knees. It was the custom scooter of the day. It has been sort of redone, revamped, etc. But yeah, pleased to get hold of this. And this is one of the last. That was one of the last purchases of the day. I think I bought 3 albums off the same seller. Are you watching, Berwickshire Mike? You showed this one, didn't you, the other day? And I sat chuckling to myself. Cockney Rejects, Greatest Hits Volume 1. Admittedly, I would have preferred Volume 2 because I think that's got War on the Terraces, which is one of my favourite Rejects tunes. But I ain't complaining. This is one I've always wanted for a long while, but we'll get hold of Volume 2 somehow. I don't know if this should have had a printed up inner. It's just got a plain white sleeve on the EMI label. Again, I've not played this yet. The only albums I've managed to play so far this week are I'll put that back in a minute, are the 2 ones that Mike Vinyl Spiral gave me. Again, bless you, Mike, thank you very much. Managed to pick that up for a £5 in excellent condition. This is the 3rd Ultravox album I owned, well, 4th technically, because I've got a Greatest Hits as well, and I've got a load of singles by them. Only recently, the past year or so, I've been sort of perhaps getting into the albums. If I see them, I'll pick them up and buy them. This one kind of reads like a bit of a kind of a hits type album. There's some good tunes on here that you'll probably already know. Passing Strangers, Sleepwalk, Vienna, All Stood Still. So again, yeah, really looking forward to listening to that one. I have seen it at record fairs before, and I've seen I think it was a Record Store Day issue of it. But I never ever picked it up or took much notice of it. But yeah, Ultravox, a band. I was more into their 7-inch singles than the albums, but glad I picked up the previous 2. I got one's Quartet. And I'm buggered if I can remember what the other one is, but yeah, quite pleased to get hold of that. This one is a blind buy, and all I've got another album by them. Sea Jungle, Go Bloody Crazy 8, Batshit Bonkers in the Country, whatever it's called. It's a long-winded one. So yeah, nice inner sleeve. Malcolm McLaren's Project band, weren't they, back in the day? And I think, if I remember right, Boy George used to be in these at one point. On the RCA label, that inner sleeve needs gluing back together. So yeah, I took a look at this. £5. I thought, well, it's got to be worth a try, hasn't it? When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Wasn't that Billy Ocean did that? Oh, I can't bloody get that. Why these bloody sleeves are always a pain in the arse to get back in, aren't they? Aphrodisiac. I may have heard that one before in the past. I'm not quite sure. Nothing else sort of rings a bell. I'm sure it'll be a good enough listen. Is it Annabella or Arabella? Yeah. So bow wow wow. When the going gets tough, £5. I ain't moaning at that. This one was £5 as well. This is on the table or stool I went to the very first one I visited, and I did something which I said I'd never do again, which is find a record and put it back, thinking I'll go back for it later, just in case I find something else. Luckily, I did go back later, and it was still bloody there. This was one of them, and I'm always looking to build up my Tina Turner album collection. Foreign Affair, Steamy Windows is on this, the best. What else is on here? I Don't Want to Lose You, I remember that one. Foreign Affair, I think I've heard that one. This is a gatefold. Isn't she a beautiful woman? Isn't she just? I hope you can all see that. None of you dirty old men out there in the VC, don't you go lusting over this. Yeah, that was £5. Nice inner with pictures. Always like pictures. Beautiful, beautiful lady. Great voice. Great presence on stage as well, you know. Had a bit of a shit early life, didn't she? With old Ike. Come to appreciate her more after her passing. So yeah, Tina Turner, Foreign Affair. That's another one chalked off of the old Tina Turner collection, or Tina Turner discography. 3 more. This is a bit of a blind buy as well, although I do have an album and a 12-inch single of hers in the collection. This was a £5 as well, if I believe right. Suzanne Vega, Days of Open Hand. If it's anything like Solitude Standing and Tom's Diner and stuff like that, it'd be a brilliant listen. I do like a bit of the old Suzanne Vega. And of course, if you've got any of these albums already and you know what they're like and recommend them or whatever it is, you know, put it in the comments and that. You know, let me know what you think. Let me know if it's a right old stinker. You know? So yeah, Suzanne Vega, Days of Open Hand. And admittedly, I can't honestly say I recall any of these. Tired of Sleeping, Men in a War, Rested Pipe, Book of Dreams, Institution Green, Those Whole Girls, Running Grace, Room Off the Street, Big Space, Predictions, 50p Chance, 50-50 Chance, Pilgrimage. So yeah, if you know of the album, let me know in the comments. Total blind buy. I go into these things with an open mind. But like I say, I do have a couple of bits by her in the collection. Lyrics on the old inner there. And a lyric sheet as well. Brucey bonus. We'll put that back in afterwards. We did take a walk, me, Mike and Ian, up to Jumbo Records in Leeds. That was about a 10 minutes walk or so away. I had a good mooch through the records there, and I found something by a band who I absolutely adore, an avid collector of their albums. If I see one I haven't got and it's in decent nick and I can afford it, I'll have it. Now, you'd be mistaken for thinking this is some sort of 80s pop album, going by the cover. But it's not, it's Damned. I believe it's their second album, isn't it? Music for Pleasure. Great music, great band, absolutely bloody awful front sleeve. What on earth are they thinking of? Or the powers that be? They said, yeah, this would be a good idea. Yeah, originally released 1977. Sanctuary Records Group. This is a reissue. And I don't give a monkey's if it's a reissue or an original. Like I mentioned earlier, if you buy a reissue or a brand new record of that, at least you've got some sort of comeback, you know, if it isn't right. There we go, there's the label. So yeah, I have heard this one before, but many, 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 many years ago. Looking forward to reacquainting myself with this. And now I only need 4 more albums and I've got the whole lot. Well, studio albums. I mean, it's I do pick up. There's the receipt at the bottom there. I do pick up live albums if I see them, want them, afford them. You know, I've got a couple of live albums in a collection: Night of a Thousand Vampires and Live at Shepperton, which was released 2 years after it was recorded, which is rather strange, really. But hey ho, there you go. So yeah, Damned. Glad to get that into the collection. This is probably my favourite purchase of the day. It's an album I wanted for a long time, and only the second album I've got of theirs in the collection. The first being Smell of Female, which kind of gives it away. The Cramps, Songs the Lord Taught Us. This is a reissue. He did have an original press in there, but he wanted 50 quid for it. And it was in fantastic condition, and I don't doubt it was worth it. But I suppose at the end of the day, it's only worth what somebody's willing to pay, and I suppose I could have knocked him down a bit, but he had this one as well. This was 30, and I had no qualms with paying 30 quid for it, because it's a record I've always wanted. And I've seen him go in second hand for in worse condition for a hell of a lot more. Yeah, Songs the Lord Taught Us. Ideally, I would have purchased. He had a copy of Off the Bone there as well. The 3D sleeve. Didn't have any of the 3D glasses. Well, over the weekend, I have seen a copy of Off the Bone, original copy, with the original 3D glasses. But I'm not going to go into prices. It was a hell of a lot more than this reissue, and I can't sort of justify paying silly buggers money for it. Probably one of my favourite songs in here is one called Garbage Man, and there is a black and white video of it on YouTube. But really, really pleased as punch to get hold of this at last. He did have some other Cramp stuff there. I think he had some bootleg stuff. But again, silly money. I'm not too bothered about paying 30 quid for this reissue. I've got it now. Happy as a pig in shit. Really am. It's on the Illegal Records label, I believe. I don't know if half of these should have lyric sheets with them or whatever. If they should, let me know. Let me know. Break it to me gently, please. There we go. So yeah, it really pleased this Punch to get hold of that. And that was it. That was it for purchases from Leeds. A great record fair. They had a load of sellers in a big sort of main hall, and there was a hall leading off from it, a bit of a walkway into another hall. There was more sellers in there. I didn't look round all of the tables. I'm the sort of person who really takes his time. These sort of record fairs and that, having a damn good mooch round, if you get what I mean. And I suppose it can be a bit annoying and tiresome for other people go around quick as a flash. You know, they tend to know what they're doing and what they're looking for. Had to be something for everybody there. There was a bloke there with 7-inch singles. I got 2 Going Humour ones from him. He must have had thousands of them. Thousands of 7-inch singles there for sale. Yeah, so it was nice to meet people. John 6-inch Pianist, Rob Walker, Headley, another fat bearded man talking about records, Martin Parrott, Vinyl Scavenger, Steve Whitty was there. There was a few other chaps who I don't know. Yeah, I'd gladly go again. All right, it's a bit of a long day, but the bacon and egg roll and the cup of tea at the record fair made up for that. And the pub we went to was selling pork pies as well, but I didn't have one. But yeah, it was a great day. I'm glad I went. Glad I said hello to people, although I didn't talk to people as much as I'd like to have done, especially Rob Walker and John 6-inch Pianist. But they were on a sort of separate table just across the pub from us, and they were all sort of deep in conversation, and I didn't want to sort of butt in and, you know, and that sort of thing, you know, charge in there and interrupt people. It's not the sort of thing I like to do. But yeah, bless you for watching. Anything there you like, let me know in the comments. Anything there you got, you know of, let me know in the comments. That's what it's all about. Catch you next time. Cheerio. See if my bloody knees can get me up. Oh dear. Cheerio.